everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at the finest fish. The finest fish here is a game about building up goldfish, the koi goldfish, but the conceit of the game is that you have to put the little scales in here. This is actually a dual layer board. The scales are going to fit in here. That's what attracted me to it, and then you score points by doing so. I think goldfish ponds, for me, I find them very soothing. Goldfish theme is a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the game, and we'll be right back. Each player is going to get a fish that they put in front of them, and there are different colors. My favorite, the black goldfish. And according to the rules, everyone's favorite. Anyhow, players are also going to have one of these cards in their hand, and we're going to start. This little spinning mabobber here is going to be placed a number of players. So this is a 4-player game, 3-player game, and a 2-player game is on the other side. One person's going to go first. Each round of the game, you're going to pull 3 scales from the bag, a group matching a number of players. So on my turn, I pick one of these, and you'll start with whoever has this goldfish. This goldfish, every time we do a new round, this goldfish will pass to the next person. So someone will go first each round. I'll take these scales. Now you can add scales to your goldfish as long as they either touch the front of the goldfish or touch another scale. So the way I just put them out there is legitimate. In the future, maybe I can put one like this. I could also, if I want to, put one here. You can even leave a hole if you want. So this would be legit because it's touching another scale. So you can place scales. You can also, if you want to, pay a scale from your fish itself, as long as you can pull it out. So if I have these ones, this would be the only scale I could pay with. Or you can pay one of the ones you just took to take one of the face-up cards. Or you can do that multiple times. Cards aren't replenished until the end of your next turn. And you can also, let's say I take these and I really want this one, I can pay one of my scales to the fish bowl. In exchange, I can do that as many times as I want to take the scale that I would want instead. After everyone has taken their group, we move this. First player marker moves, and we keep going. When this comes all the way around and hits the orange, all the scales in the fish bowl are gotten rid of. There's going to be probably a lot there at that point. A new random one's added. One of these cards goes away. We add a new one, and we keep going. The game will end when one player finishes their fish. We finish out that round, and then we score. So when scoring, the first thing you're going to do is look at all the cards that you've gotten over the course of the game. And you're looking to see if that pattern has been done once. This pattern is not here, so it scores me nothing. You don't lose points for it. This pattern, these two with the white, is right here. It wouldn't matter if I did it twice, but it scores me 3 points. This one, these 3 like this, and you know what? That's part of the other pattern I did. It doesn't matter. So each of these is going to score me 3 points. So your cards will score you 3 points if you complete them. Then you're going to look for groups of 3 or more. So here I have a group of 3 white, so that's 3 points. Here I have a group of these, ones with the 4 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 points, 3 points, 3 points. And then black, every black one is worth an extra point because black scales are considered to be the most beautiful on these fish. So these are worth 2 points. And this is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus an extra 5. So this is worth 10 points. So you'll take those points, plus the points that you got for your cards, and whoever has the most points is the winner. I really like this game. Now, it is a very simple game, but I do not think that is a bad thing at all. We need games that are out there that are really easy to play. For people, you are picking from 4, or, well, sometimes you just take the 3 that you get left over. But even going last in this game isn't bad. You take the scales, and you can change them out with the other colors that are there, because there will be more scales in the fishbowl for you to pick from. And then it's just so satisfying, and I don't want to spill this, but it's so satisfying to build this as you put these scales on. This looks really cool. I don't know. And they did a nice thing here because you don't want to have red and blue scales on a goldfish. So there's just different layers of orange, but each of them has a symbol on it, and they're really easy to tell the difference between them. And then the whole thing just has a good look to it. But you take the 3 scales, you add them to your fish, you trade them out for other colors, you spend them to get cards, you build groups, you go for cards. And in fact, in my last game, one of the players was like, I'll finish cards. That's all they did. They did as many cards as they could, And I was like, you know what? I did like 2 cards. I was like, forget cards. I'm just going to make big groups of scales. And we were within 1 point of each other at the end of the game. I like that. It meant both those methods were valid and they came through. 4 players, easy. It works well with 2. This is nice and smooth, moving this around the board when it hits the orange. You kind of refresh a little bit and start over. Everyone's going to get to go first. You know, different times. The black scales are out there. They look cool. It's easy to remember they're worth an extra point. And the game itself doesn't take very long, 30 to 45 minutes. So in the industry, sometimes we call these gateway games, games that are, you know, like, hey, if you never played a game before, this will help bring you into the hobby. I don't know that I like that term because I think you can play this game and never play another game and you're fine. And that's really what it is. These welcoming games, these family games, this is definitely one that should be sold at Target, that people can get and play. It's very simple. You know someone who's a fish lover, get this for them. Now, like I said, I don't think that the strategy in it's going to be particularly deep. There is luck in what scales come out and what cards you may get. But since you don't score negative points at the end of the game for cards you don't finish, it works just super smooth for me. So this is going to be one of my games of choice when I have people come over to visit me. I'll be like, hey, you never played many board games before? You played Monopoly and other stuff? Try out the Finest Fish. This is an 8 out of 10 for me, with the potential, I think, for this to even go higher because of just how simple and fun it is to get with a cool components, cool theme. So check out the Finest Fish. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.